Check nyo na check, sound check, check. Sound check, sound, okay. Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the week there's some technical issues. Let us repeat our events. Before we start, we will skip the prayer. No? Let us skip the prayer and let us proceed for the determination of quorum. This will be discussed by Engineer and Vice Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're holding our pre-bid conference for 20 civil works projects for FY 2024. I would like to present the participants for today's activity. Mr. Dan Mosquera, BAC Chairperson.
Present.
Engineer Martin Dave Operio, BAC Vice Chairperson. Engineer Rafi Ibanez, Regular Member. Engineer Enrique Esera, Member TWG. Engineer John Benson, Member TWG. Engineer Robert Samiliano, Member TWG. Engineer Neltronic Anas, Member TWG. Engineer N. Angel Espinas, Member TWG. Yours truly, Engineer Telma Escanillas as Head BAC Secretariat. Mrs. Cecil Gonzon, Member BAC Secretariat. Mrs. Rodita Aban, Member BAC Secretariat. Mr. Eddie Fabila, Member BAC Secretariat. Mrs. Mary Christy Grafani, Member BAC Secretariat. So there is a quorum. We have also invited observers for this activity, but they are not around. And also, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the bidder for today's activity, Mr. Kerwin Sara, representative of SunWest INC. I will now turn over the microphone to our BAC Chairperson to proceed for the pre-bid conference proper.
Thank you, Ma'am. Now that the quorum has been determined, details from in procurement of 20 civil works projects will be discussed by Engineer Rafi Ibanez.
Good morning once again. So first agenda is the basic contract data for first project 24GB0078, completing of Circumferential Road, contract location, Poblacion, Caluya, Phase 3, brief description, completing of Circumferential Road, approved budget for the contract of 31,639,410 pesos. Source of funds, DPWH, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 201 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 25,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of medium A. Next is 24GB0079, construction of bridge. Contract location, Bagtason-Sitio, Igpatani, Bugasong, brief description, construction of bridge. Approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 182 calendar days. cost of bidding documents of 5,000 pesos, with pickup license size range of small b. Next is 24GB0080, construction of road, Barangay Maybunga, San Ramon, contract location, Laua-an, Antique, brief description, construction of road, approved budget for the contract of 148,500,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 391 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos, with pickup license size range of medium A. Next is 24GB0081, construction of road, Igdagmay-Bongbongan 1. Contract location, Sibalom, Antique. Brief description, construction of road. Approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 45 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 5,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small b. Next is 24GB0082, construction of roads along Barangay Cadoldolan and Barangay Bongbongan 1, Sitio Buga. Contract location, Sibalom, Antique. Brief description, construction of road. Approved budget for the contract of 19,800,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 118 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 25,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of small b. Next is 24GB0083, construction of road, Barangay Tig-alaran, Barangay Lanas. Contract location, Barbaza, Antique. Brief description, construction of road. Approved budget for the contract of 148,500,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 391 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of medium A. Next is 24GB0084, construction of flood control structure along Binangbang River. Contract location, Barbaza, Antique. Brief description, construction of flood control structure with approved budget for the contract of 49,500,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 244 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 25,000 pesos with pickup license size range of medium A. Next is 24GB0085, construction of Revetment, Cangaranan River. Contract location, Barangay Ubos, Barangay Igmasandig, Valderama, Antique. Brief description, construction of Revetment. Approved budget for the contract of 9,900,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 112 calendar days and cost of bidding documents of 10,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of small b. Next is 24GB0086, construction of multi-purpose building in municipality of Poblacion. Contract location, Antique. Brief description, construction of multi-purpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 5,197,500 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 113 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small b. Next is 24GB0087, construction of multi-purpose building in municipality of Barbaza. Contract location, Antique. Brief description, construction of multi-purpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 5,197,500 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 113 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 10,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small b. Next is 24GB0088. Contract name, Barangay Kamansihan to Barangay Aluhiban Road, leading to Mount Matias, waterfalls, and mountain trekking. Contact location, Kulasi, Antique. Brief description, construction of road. Approved budget for the contract of 9,800,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GEA. Contract duration, 95 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB0089. Construction of multi-purpose building, Northern Antique Vocational School. Contact location, Centro Poblacion, Colasi, Antique. Brief description, construction of multi-purpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 17,820,000 pesos only. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GEA. Contract duration, 180 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 25,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB0090. Construction, completion of multipurpose in Barangay Poblacion. Contract location, Patmongon, Antique. Brief description, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on JEA. Contract duration, 113 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 5,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB0091. Construction of multipurpose building, Concepcion L. Casinias Memorial School. Contract location, Abaca, Ubos-Brgy, Antique. Brief description, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 14,850,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GEA. Contract duration, 180 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 25,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB0092. Construction of multipurpose building, Valderama National High School. Brief description, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 14,850,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GEA. Contract duration, 180 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 25,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB0093. Igdagmay-Bridge B00083 PN along Hamtig-Laua-an, Igdagmay, Sibalom Road. Contract location, Antique. Brief description, replacement of bridge. Approved budget for the contract of 50,875,765 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on JEA. Contract duration, 252 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 50,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of medium A. Next is 24 GB0094. Construction of multipurpose building in municipality of Laua-an. Contract location, Antique. Brief description, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 5,197,500 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GEA. Contract duration, 113 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 10,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB0095. Construction of multipurpose building in municipality of Valderama. Contract location, Antique. Brief description, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 5,197,500 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GEA. Contract duration, 113 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 10,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB0096. Construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Tordesillas, Municipality of Sibalom. Contract location, Antique. Brief description, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration 113 calendar days, cost of bidding documents of 5,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small p. Next is 24GB0097, construction of multipurpose building, OCAL extension office. Contract location, Binangbang-Brgy, Pandanan Ticket. Brief description, construction of multi-purpose building, approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024 DPWH AIP based on GEA, contract duration 113 calendar days, cost of bidding documents of 5,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small p. So the documents comprising the bid. So for the first envelope, which is the technical component envelope, plus A documents, comprising the legal documents. A, valid PhilJEP's registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages. B, registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or cooperative development authority, CDA for cooperatives or its equivalent document. C, mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located. And D, tax clearance per EO number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So valid PhilJEP's registration certificate, platinum membership, as per GPPT Resolution 15-2021, effective January 1, 2022, bidder shall only submit a valid and updated PhilJEP certificate of registration and membership in lieu of the following Class A document: A, SEC BPICDA, B, Mayor's Business Permit, C, Tax Clearance, D, Audited Financial Statement, E, pickup license. So the failure of the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. For the technical documents, A, statement of the prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or non-similar in nature, and the complexity to the contract to be bid. B, statement of bidder's single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. C, Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board, pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures. D, original copy of bid security, if in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. E, for the project requirements, first is the organizational chart of the contract to be bid. Second is the list of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. Third is the list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and/or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certificate of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. And the fourth one is the list of contractors' minimum material testing equipment as per DO11 series of 2017. And F is the original duly sent omnibus sworn statement. Notes on the personnel and equipment requirements of the project as per DO9 series of 2012, technical requirements for civil work projects for bidding. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the same time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. And second, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualification as certified by the head of the implementing office. Next is the bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. Next is that this certification shall be included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. Next, also to be verified during post-qualification is the list of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, the bidder shall be post-disqualified. For financial documents, A, the prospective bidder's audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidder's total and current assets and liabilities, stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of the bid submission. And B, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial conducting capacity, NFCC. For Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement, GVA, in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in the case joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide with the provisions of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Note under paragraph 6 of the invitation to bid states that only authorized liaison officer duly registered in the Civil Works Application CWA of the DPWH Central Office with the presentation with his or her ID shall allowed to transact, purchase, and drop bids for manual submission. For the second envelope, which is the financial component envelope, original of duly signed accomplished financial bid form, so other documentary requirements under RA number 9184. First is the original of duly signed bid prices, the bill of quantities, duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction material, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, and cash flow by quarter. ITB clause 18.2 of the bid data sheet, any bid corrections or any corrections as well as erasures made in the financial documents, including the discounts offered and the methodology of their application, must be duly signed or initialed. Section 8 of Bill of Quantities, which is the signature box. So a signature box shall be added at the bottom of each page of the Bill of Quantities, where the authorized representative of the bidder shall affix his signature. Failure of the authorized representative to sign each and every page of the Bill of Quantities shall be cause for rejection of this bid. For the bid security, so the bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security. So for the form of bid security for cash and for cashier's manager check and bank guarantee draft or irrevocable LC, the amount of bid security is 2% of ABC. For surety bond callable upon demand is the amount of bid security is 5% of the ABC, and bid security declaration, no percentage required. So bid security shall be valid for 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. So for the signing and marking, sealing and marking of bids, each bidder shall submit an original copy, copy 1 and copy 2 of the first and second components of its bid. All documents must be in A4 size bond paper. So for the deadline for the submission of the bids is on February 15, 2024, 10 a.m. Opening and preliminary examination of bids, the bank shall open the bids in public using a non-discretionary pass-fail period at the time, on the date, and at the place specified in paragraph 9 of the invitation to bid. The preliminary examination of bids shall be governed by Section 30 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184. So detailed evaluation and a comparison of bids. So the bank shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids rated pass using non-discretionary pass-fail criteria. The bank shall consider the conditions in the evaluation of bids under Section 32.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, such as the first one is the completeness of the bids, unless the instruction to bidders specifically allow partial bids, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable, bill of quantities, shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. So in this regard, where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as non-responsive, but specifically a 0 or a dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulations to be provided for. So second is the arithmetical corrections. Consider computational errors and omissions to enable proper comparisons of all eligible bids. It may also consider bid modifications if it expressly allowed in the bidding documents. Any adjustments shall be calculated in monetary terms to determine the calculation prices. Under Section 32.2.3, in case of discrepancies between A, bid prices and figures, and in words, the latter shall prevail. B, total price per item and unit price of the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of the item, the latter shall be prevailed. Stated total price and the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. And D, unit cost in the detailed estimates and the unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. For post-qualification, the post-qualification shall verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents, including licenses and certificates, submitted by the LCP. The criteria shall consider but not be limited to the following: A, legal requirement to verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in any blacklist as provided in Section 25.3 of the IRR. B, technical requirements to determine compliance of the infrastructure projects offered with the requirements specified in the bidding documents, including where applicable. Verification and validation of bidders' stated competence and experience. The competence and experience of the bidders' key personnel to be assigned to the project for the procurement of infrastructure projects. Verification of availability and commitment and/or inspection and testing of the required capacities and operating conditions of equipments, units to be owned, leased, under purchase by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding, as well as checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. So if any of these ongoing contracts shows a negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project, or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. B, failure of the contractor to commence repair work on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after the receipt of procuring entities' notice of defects and deficiencies. C, failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entities' notice of defects and failures. And D, substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications. or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. So for the financial requirement, this is to verify, validate, and ascertain the bid price proposal of the bidder and the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. So for the signing of the contract, the documents required in section 37.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184 shall form part of the contract. Additional contract documents are indicated in the PDS. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Ibanez. Now, is there any questions, clarifications? If there is none, our pre-bid conference ended at 11:25 a.m. Thank you and good morning, everyone.